Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nick.
Whoa, Cage!
Welcome back to the Scarily Podcast. I think you know what time of year it is.
That was the best opening you've ever done. That might be the best thing you've ever done in your entire life, Brian. I loved it.
I thought it was going to be the new clip.
Does
that
this
you
happen
grabbed.
to you where sometimes his compliments just make you sad?
Frequently.
Like, it had the tenor of a compliment, but it was really a massive put down.
He said something this morning, and I think it was meant to be a compliment, but I'm not sure.
You're welcome, both of you.
Last week, he told me in the middle of doing the top 10 episode, when I brought up that I'd seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, he goes, "This is way better than doing that stupid top 10. And I was like, thanks, man. Just stomp on my feelings.
All the time.
You know?
We've also discovered that he likes to tell people how to play with the cats.
They do it wrong, Brian. My kids do not know how to play with the cat. Kitty has some issues, too. It's very clearly, you don't just throw the toy at the cat's face. You drag it. You do a little drag. You do a little hide with it, maybe a little short movements. Sometimes it jumps in the air like a bird is wont to do. Sometimes you just kind of drag it. Sometimes you got to go back and forth fast, but you never throw it in their face. They're not going to respond to that.
This was like at least a half hour conversation.
Didn't you tell us like 3 weeks ago that you kicked a cat one time?
I did, because girls were flirting with me and trying to get my Wi-Fi access.
That's the one time I'll believe they were flirting with you, but they were doing it for non-sexual
To get
reasons.
something from it.
Talking about, they were in their little night outfit things that
I'm just
college
guessing this was
girls
a
wear.
t-shirt.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. There was a cat and it was trying to get out, and I had stuff to do.
All right. Well, Pete, this is your favorite day of the year. Not your children's birthday, not your anniversary.
Not the 4th of July.
Oh, that's a close second, but it is Nicolas Cage's birthday.
And it's the best time of the year because you get Christmas, a week later you get New Year's Eve, and then a week later, the big one, Nic Cage's birthday.
I am very excited. This might be my favorite podcast we've ever done. Right here, right now. We haven't even started.
Another compliment that just really makes you feel like
Doesn't
shit.
feel right.
No,
Yeah.
we haven't done anything, and he's like, "This is the best one."
Look at this board I've
All
made.
right, yeah, let's explain what's happening
He's
here.
sitting there with his knees together to try and hide his erection right now.
Oh, I'm not hiding it. It's just small.
We're doing a Nicolas Cage draft. Last year, we did a Nicolas Cage anti-bracket tournament of champions. 32 Cages entered, a completely different Nic Cage left. This year, we got 7 Cagegories, and we're going to each pick a movie in a serpentine draft, and Pete has a fantasy football giant board to write the picks on. That is not made up. It's not a visual podcast, but that is not made
I
up.
have to correct you. That's a
Fantasy
basketball board that he bought by accident for our redraft of our fantasy football team and never returned.
Well, we found a good use for it. And here's the best part. There's a second one for next year.
There is. I thought it was one giant one that was like 8 feet tall. Turns out it's 2.
Oh, because it's basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's logical, right?
You know what basketball players have, don't you?
High hopes, hoop dreams, Bud Air, Air Bud.
Bud Air.
Bud Air is the sequel where he starts an airline. He's the pilot.
This
Why
was
am I
your
laughing?
joke I'm putting back into the universe for you to just retell, and you're not telling it.
I don't know what the joke is.
Long legs. When we did the preview, I said long legs, and you said, that's a basketball team.
I did not think of that. And I listened to this podcast.
We were all on it.
Were we?
We were all on that episode.
Are you sure?
You said it. It's where your brain went. It doesn't work in reverse.
That's not the way I recall things.
Well, let me read to you the 7 Cagegories.
Lay them on me.
All right. We have horror. Ooh. And the movies up for selection are Vampire's Kiss, 8mm, The Wicker Man, Color Out of Space,
8mm? That's what the MM stands for?
Mandy, Long Legs, Arcadian, and Willy's Wonderland.
I thought it was Micro Machines.
We have sci-fi fantasy, controversial if you listened to last week's episode. Peggy Sue Got Married, City of Angels, The Family Man, Knowing.
Oh, that's what that says.
Next, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Dream Scenario. We have comedies, Valley Girl,
Yeah.
Raising Arizona,
Good one.
Moonstruck, Trapped in Paradise,
Yeah.
It Could Happen to You,
Good.
Guarding Tess,
I saw that.
Honeymoon in Vegas, Renfield, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
Yeah.
and the winner of the Nicolas Cage Tournament of Champions, despite not being in it, The Retirement Plan.
Woohoo!
We have children's movies, A Christmas Carol,
That's one of the Christmas movies he was in for your Cage quiz.
Astro Boy, G-Force, The Ant Bully, another controversial one on this podcast, whether Pete's seen it or not, The Croods, and The Croods: A New Age.
That's the good one, Kitty.
Action Adventure, Face Off, Con Air, The Rock, Gone in 60 Seconds, Bangkok Dangerous, Drive Angry, National Treasure Book of Secrets, and Season of the Witch.
I mean, there's no wrong answer so far. I don't know what. All right, let's go. Keep going.
Drama,
Johnny.
Wild at Heart, Bringing Out the Dead, Snake Eyes, Leaving Las Vegas, Kiss of Death, Adaptation, Bad Lieutenant: Port of Call, New Orleans, and Pig. And then finally, superhero movies, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, Kick-Ass, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You know, I think Kitty was thinking it while I was reading it. I only did the colon, even though there's 4 movies with colons on them. I only did the colon for the movie that deserves the colon. Port of Call, New Orleans. Now, how it's going to go is, I'm going to draft first because we just decided nobody cared where they drafted.
Team, I'm Brian.
Well,
I'm
we'll
first.
get to that. Kitty's going to draft second. Pete's going to draft third, and then fourth, and then we'll go backwards. And you're going to pick a movie from one of the categories, and then that category is closed off to you forever. So there's some strategy involved. If you really like one movie in a category, you should get that early, or else you're going to get stuck with one of these multiple bad Nicolas Cage movies.
What are you wait, what?
Now, our team names were derived from the first thing we said when we sat in our chairs. Nobody knew that was happening. He said to me, "What's your team name?" And I just looked at him and said, "Well, I'm Brian." So my team name is I'm Brian. Kitty sat down trying to read my handwriting on the list and goes, "Season of the Witch?" So that's her team name. And Pete just said, "Shit." So that's his team name.
So the way the board is laid out, I keep thinking shit is one of the categories,
Yeah.
which does make sense.
Well, we can only pick one.
You guys are going to be surprised at how you're not going to have any agony when making your choices. You're just going to look and go, bam, done. And you're going to be proud of your team
I won't be
afterwards.
surprised
I'm
at
going
all.
to try to pick movies I've seen. With this. That's my strategy.
A second challenge Kitty has imposed upon herself.
I'll be right back.
Let's have some music.
Let's all
I
go
saw
to those.
Nope.
in the hallway.
Ooh.
Know what that is?
Nope.
Until your heart stops. I got to watch this movie again. It's a good one.
Dance until your feet fall off.
The safety dance people did. I feel there was a lyric in there that were about feet falling off as well. I wonder if it's some sort of pandemic. That is a question.
I think it's more of
ponder.
an epidemic.
No, I think all their feet fell off in all of medieval England because that was what the commercial was, or not the commercial, the video.
I don't think it's a pandemic because a pandemic is forced upon you. And in the song, classically, everybody knows this. You can dance if you want to. So you don't have to. It's not necessary.
Look at you schooling me with words.
Whereas the Rock Till You Drop song doesn't seem to give you any choice. It seems to be more of a command.
Not even a command. It's just a thing that is happening. It is. Ooh, look who's back. Back again.
Well, I get to pick first, and I've never had an easier choice in my life than the first movie that I'm taking.
I'm so curious.
I think Pete should know the first movie I'm taking since I wrote the fucking thing. The first selection in the Nicolas Cage
I got my pen ready.
draft
It's
from the
American.
Cagegory sci-fi fantasy. Peggy Sue Got Married.
I'm not surprised. And I want to apologize in advance. There may be multiple potty breaks because I did not wake up until like 10:30. And also there might be child interruptions.
And then she's been mainlining coffee since.
Yes, accurate. That's pretty normal though. Could be 10 o'clock at night, and I'll be drinking coffee.
All right, Kitty, you are up next in the Nicolas Cage draft.
Wait, what? You took Peggy Sue because clearly that is an all-time classic Nicolas Cage
Well,
role.
I wrote the movie with you.
Oh yeah, you know it's so funny that I forget that was us.
It's something that you forget it. Yeah.
Hey, I couldn't remember my own joke 5 minutes ago, so don't be blaming me.
Nobody's shocked. Okay, I'm ready. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What categories? What category?
Superhero.
Superhero.
And only 4 movies in that category. Someone's getting stuck with the Ghost Rider, and I think it's going to be me.
Well, you said use some strategy.
How could I not pick Peggy Sue Got Married?
I know. I understand. You wrote it.
It would have been a tragedy had I not taken
know.
it first.
Why Into the Spider-Verse is your first choice, Kitty?
Because there were only 4 superhero movies, and also that's a movie I watched. He's nodding like he's surprised.
That's a good category. That's a good one. Did you know, Kitty, that there is a live-action Spider-Man noir coming out starring Nicolas Cage?
I did.
Have you seen the pictures of him in his costume?
Let me ask you a
Yes.
question, Pete. How could she live in this house with you and not know that?
I don't always share my Nicolas Cage information. I
wish
keep this.
I wish that was true. Every day, I wish that was true.
There might be a little bit of leakage and seepage because it's tough to contain all the greatness that is not just. I see you making the faces, Kitty, and I don't mean that. The doctor gave me the medicine and it's fine now, and I don't appreciate
Explain
you.
how our mattress looks then.
Okay. Oh, well, fittingly time for team shit.
All right. Well, clearly I'm taking the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I have to. There's no way I don't. I was surprised, Brian, that you took Peggy Sue Got Married because I thought one of you might take my sweet Sorcerer's Apprentice away
Didn't
from
that
me.
win
No.
the cage match?
No, it just made it way farther than it should have. Anybody who didn't listen to last year's 60th birthday special, the finals of the Nic Cage tournament, in a tournament designed to see which performance was the most Nicolas Cage, were Nicolas Cage as himself in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and Nicolas Cage as Dracula in Renfield. And
That was a
again,
good one.
the winner was The Retirement Plan.
That's right. Not even a great movie.
No, it was just the last one he saw. Now, Kitty, 2 people have already taken from sci-fi fantasy, so you don't have to pick from that category all the way till round 7 if you don't want, because nobody else can go in there and take anything.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to.
It's not your turn anymore.
Oh, really, Kitty?
It is.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
I just wanted it to be direct. No loopy-loop.
no loopy loop.
No
Okay.
loopy-loop.
You know what's really funny? Right before I wrote down The Sorcerer's Apprentice, I had what my second pick was, but then the greatness that is The Sorcerer's Apprentice just overwhelmed every synapse of my brain, and I just thought about how cool he was when he was shooting off his magic powers. It was really good. What was my other pick? Did I want to do a children's movie? Oh, I mean,
I
there's
got to cross off.
slim pickings in the children's category. I mean, they're all
He was
good.
also in Dr. Strangelove.
He was. He wrote a atom bomb all the way to Texas.
Damn it.
Ooh, long legs. That's a good one. Oh man, I can't make a pick because they're all so good. Who do you want on your team? That's like trying to pick a bunch of good players.
Just want this round to end.
It's just like 10 Josh
Me
Allen.
too.
Kitty and I will get it
Paradise.
done quickly.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Trapped in Paradise was filmed in Niagara on the Lake, and I was there when they were filming. I don't remember seeing Nicolas Cage. You would think that's something I would.
That you remember, but 3 months writing Peggy Sue Got Married couldn't remember that.
No. You know what? Children's is a tough category. There's not a lot to work with, so I got to go with The Croods, A New Age.
That doesn't deserve the colon.
Compared to the rest in this category, I think it might.
All right, Kitty, you're up.
All right. Let's see. I will go also for children, and I'll do G-Force.
Ooh.
Ooh, gerbil movie. Good choice,
Yeah.
Kitty.
Now, I've never seen any of those movies, so I won't be
You have
picking that
time now.
category for a long time. It is my turn? Mm-hmm. I'm taking Mandy. It's a masterpiece.
It is. It's a beautiful movie.
That is a great one. I don't care what Ken Barnes, the foreign correspondent, says. Mandy is so good. Ooh, I'm so jealous of you right now. I'm so jealous.
I get to go next to, I will be taking Raising Arizona.
Ooh, classic Coen Brothers.
If you want to know why I picked those movies, it's because they're a couple of the few good ones he's ever made.
Nicolas Cage or the Coen Brothers?
Nicolas
Why are
Cage.
you-
What are you
Why are
talking
you doing
about?
this?
What are you talking? Look at this. Look at this list of comedies you have
I
here.
got like 60 movies here. I like 5 of them. So I've got 3 of them already. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I've seen like 5 of them. So.
Oh my god, this is the best. So you've
All
just
right.
taken.
You got to write down what he took.
I did. It's Mandy and Raising Arizona. All right, I'm writing it down.
He's like flopping around with excitement.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's creepy. All right,
That's a good. This is looking good, guys.
let's do it. Oh, I get to go?
Yep.
Oh, wait. I had my pick. Where'd it go? Willy's Wonderland.
Ooh.
Now, Pete's got
That's
no horror movies, so he can wait all the way to the end before he takes probably Long Legs. Maybe Color Out of Space. He likes Color Out of Space.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, it's a creepy one.
All right. Team Shit is up to pick 2 shitty movies.
All right, I got to take 2 right now.
They're literally shitty movies because they're your movies.
Oh yeah. Hey, wait. What? Hold on. All right. All right. Oh man, horror is going fast.
Yeah, but that means-
I'm
Horror's
gonna
gone. You get
take-
to-
That means you can hold on
man,
to
Don't
Long
them.
Legs,
know.
Color Out of Space. I'm gonna take Color Out of Space.
Do you not understand how drafts work?
Yep, he doesn't.
All right. Horror is finished.
Yeah, good. Ooh, look at that. I was tough though. Long Legs was right up there, and it was bouncing around for a while. I don't know how you guys made your choice. Mandy is so good though, and so is Willy's Wonderland. Kitty loves Willy's Wonderland.
I'll tell you how we made our choices. We're not obsessed about this.
Yeah, don't care. Did someone take Pig?
Nope.
Pig.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're
But
going
it's
over to
Pete's turn.
Pig. What is that? Is that a drama? Ooh. Okay. Oh man, these are tough. Has anyone dipped into action adventure yet?
I mean, you are
No.
keeping track of this on a literal giant board.
But I haven't been.
You can
mark-
look at the action adventure side and see that there's nothing written underneath it.
But no one's been marking my sheet for me, so I have no idea.
You have a
No one's
giant
actually
sheet.
touched drama either.
Drama?
So,
And you said
if you look at the board,
you said Pig. You like Kitty? We never watched Pig. We only watched half of
we
it.
watched half of it.
So that
It
counts.
was good.
Well, that is a good one. I did like the first half of that. All right. Drama, I am taking Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Maybe I'm just going to go for the colons.
Well, it's too late for that because you've taken movies that don't have colons.
Well, I'll find. There's only a few, though. I couldn't fill up a whole draft, but I can get all the colons. I'm going to have a team full of colons for Team Shit.
Kitty already took a movie with a colon.
What?
Spider-Man.
Ooh, maybe we'll have to do a swapsy treaty.
Finish writing.
All right, Kitty, you're up.
Okay. I will take Season of the Witch.
All right.
What is that? What category?
Action, adventure.
Why'd you take Season of the Witch? What's your reasoning behind it?
I think I've seen it.
You think you've seen it? That is a great reason for taking it, Kitty. You can feel the Nic Cage vibiness coming off of that. Like, I get it. Like, you sometimes with a Nic Cage
Doesn't
movie,
it start with them walking?
probably. And I remember Ron Perlman just talks like Ron Perlman.
Okay, so I've seen like
Yeah.
the majority of the movie or
With-
the beginning.
With some Nicolas Cage movies, I've only ever seen the poster, but I have a feel for exactly what the movie is, and sometimes I think I know what it is because you can just sense it. Like it permeates the atmosphere around it.
I mean, we wouldn't be doing this except for the fact that he gets so excited about it. But it is a little ridiculous,
What?
this whole podcast.
Where? Okay.
It's Nic Cage's
It's not your turn.
61st birthday.
Port of Call. What is that? A drama? Johnny Drama. I found the category.
Please stop shaking the table.
I know. I see he's going to put his water down on it.
All right. And then Kitty took Season of the Witch. What is that? Sci-fi?
Action adventure. Because no one had dipped into it yet.
Now it is my turn.
Sci-fi, fantasy, drama, and comedy.
Come on, I'm Brian.
I will be taking Kick-Ass from the superhero selection.
Oh man, that's a good one. Oh, you guys left both the Ghost Riders.
The one has a colon.
We know what Pete's picking.
My colon?
Kick-ass. Just write kick-ass.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what he picked.
Now I'm in a spot where I've seen 3 of these movies in the drama section. I didn't particularly like any of them.
Wait, what 3 have you seen?
I've seen Snake Eyes. I've seen Bringing Out the Dead. I've seen Leaving Las Vegas. Oh, I've seen Kiss of Death. Didn't like 4 of them. Sorry. Let me correct you. And I know I've seen Wild at Heart, but I remember nothing about it. But David Lynch did direct it. which makes it pretty good.
You are
to have a Lynch movie.
You are. He is the linchpin to your draft.
No, I'm not taking it.
Oh,
Maybe
a
I will.
swerve. Ooh, oh, he's shifting off of drama now.
Well, part of me wants to take Pig because Kitty wants Pig.
That was what I was thinking.
And it's
That
Nick
cold-
Cage's favorite Nick Cage movie.
He
So how
had-
could I lose a draft where I have Nick Cage's favorite Nick Cage movie?
He has said that before.
And I've seen one clip from it, and it was pretty good.
I saw half the movie, and it was pretty good.
That one clip was better than the 4 movies I saw. But I'm going to take Wild at Heart because it's David Lynch.
Yeah, you stick with that man. He's going to sit you straight.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to write down Wild at Heart.
Oh, that means drama's all mine. I can pick whatever I want.
Yeah, they're going fast.
Yeah.
Get yours.
I don't have to. He doesn't know how to drive.
He doesn't know how to do anything. So the only categories I have left are action, adventure, and children's movie. Kitty has to pick from drama, comedy, and sci-fi fantasy. And Pete has to pick from comedy, action, adventure, and superhero. Which Ghost Rider will it be? I think I know.
I have comedy, so I'll do Renfield.
All right.
Although there are a lot of good options on here.
All right, so I got stuff.
Comedy, action,
Yeah.
adventure, and superhero.
Oh man, what do I do? They're all so good. Kitty took away Season of the Witch. Moved Bangkok Dangerous. Don't want to mess with him. He's related to Johnny Dangerously, you know. Bangkok Dangerous. That's awesome.
All his jokes.
I'm
They're not
listening to children fighting in the room.
I just realized that Bangkok Dangerous sounds like a very, very risky sexual maneuver. I just put it together. That's why I was laughing.
How many of these movies do? Let's see. Vampire's Kiss,
Snake Eyes.
Ooh.
Long Legs.
Kick Ass.
G4. Ooh, that's kinky.
Yeah, G-Force definitely. Sure. Yeah.
G-Force, definitely.
Definitely the Crudes.
Kiss of Death.
The Family Man.
Bringing out the dead.
It could happen to you.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
Face Off.
that's really creepy.
This is an impossible task sometimes. Like, I was able to.
You take your time and think. I want to see if any of these Nick Cage movies sound like poops.
Oh, didn't we have that?
That is a classic
It's
thing.
the unbearable weight of being awesome.
That's not what it's called.
Massive talent. I don't know. Awesome talent, whatever.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice, definitely.
The retirement plan.
I mean, clearly the Crudes.
Yeah, the Croods.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Hey, you're thinking about what you're going to pick.
That's in the action adventure. That's what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Face Off. That would work too.
Guarding Tess, is that anything?
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah, there you go. I just saw it.
Bringing Out the Dead.
Yep.
Kiss of Death.
Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance.
A honeymoon in Vegas also could be a sexual maneuver from good old UrbanDictionary.com. What is it, my turn? That's fine. Unbearable weight of massive talent.
right.
There, done.
All right. You're not, though.
What? Oh, it's me again? God damn. All right, so I got 2 categories left. I have 2 things to choose, and I am going to take. I guess I got to go to action adventure, huh? This is the question it always comes down to. Do I go with the classic Cage, a face-off Con Air, The Rock? Do I go with that movie I saw when I worked at the movie theater, Gone in 60 Seconds? Do I go National Treasure? Do I dare go National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, for that sweet, sweet colon? Do I... Oh, you took Season of the Witch already, Kitty? Clever girl. Okay, moving on. I am going to... Bangkok Dangerous. Nope, I'm going to go Drive Angry. Good old Drive
I
Angry.
had a feeling he was going to do that, so. All right. What am I doing?
You still have to pick a drama and
Yeah.
a sci-fi/fantasy.
I'm going to do. I guess I'll do the drama and do Pig, because
All right.
you guys left that for me. I liked the first half.
I'm sure I'd love Pig, but
Yeah, you would. I know you and Miss Piggy. You were always so jealous of Kermit. It's like, Kermit wasn't the only green one, Kitty.
I'm up.
None of your jokes are landing.
These are jokes.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
I'm up to pick the last two movies I'm going to pick. I'm going to take the action-adventure film, The Rock.
Ooh, classic.
Come for the Cage, but I also get some Connery in there and some Ed Harris.
Who's Ed Harris?
Ed Harris, the Milkman, or the Milk Money.
Milk Money, that's right.
Milk Money starring, who was the actress?
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith.
Haven't seen it.
You've seen The Rock, though, right?
Yeah, but
Did
long
you ever
time ago.
notice how The Rock begins with
Rocks.
Lieutenant Hummel, that is the Ed Harris character, at his wife's grave, apologizing for what he's about to do. And if you look at the grave, it has her name and it says underneath, his wife.
What?
Wow.
Interesting. I've never noticed that.
Well, now it's selected and it's part of my movie draft. His wife. That's
His
the way
wife.
you get information down to the viewer without having to.
Yeah.
That's also what you put on gravestones.
What's the last category I got to get?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping
Children's
track.
movie, and I've never seen any of these. So let's talk over my choices. Christmas Carol. At least I know the story. Astro Boy. No idea what that is.
It's about a boy named Astro, and he goes in space.
The Ant Bully, which Pete claims to have seen after telling me he never saw it.
Also, a sexual act.
And The Croods, which Pete told me is the bad one.
It really is. I mean, okay, let me back that up a minute. It's fine if Croods 2 didn't exist. But Croods 2 makes it lesser in comparison. You're like, yeah, this is just kind of there.
And you took Croods too?
Of course I did.
Well, I cannot have a lesser Croods.
No.
Yeah.
you don't.
I did like the Croods too.
Yeah, see?
It was pretty
See?
good.
It's the good one. See, Brian?
So I'm between Christmas Carol, Astro Boy, and The Ant Bully. No idea who he plays in these movies. No idea what these movies are.
I think he's Astro Boy. I think he's an ant bully.
Astro Boy
I
come
think
from?
he was an ant.
Does Astro Boy come from Japan?
I don't
I
believe
think
so.
it was
Is it
an
a
anime
Japanese thing?
initially. Yeah, because of the way it's drawn. I think it was initially anime or a manga.
I know Astro Glide comes from the adult store.
Good enough for me. Astro Boy it is.
Oh, I had to pick a sci-fi. I've never seen any of these.
What? I've
What?
watched some
City
of them.
of Angels, The
He's
Family
an
Man,
angel in that one.
Knowing,
Wait, where's the love story? Love
Next.
category.
They're all love movies.
Oh,
Dream
that's true.
Scenario.
I
Well, that's
can
a
tell
good
you-
one.
I can tell you Dream Scenario is good. I can tell you The Family Man is just a Christmas Carol done differently. And City of Angels is a Meg Ryan romantic dramedy, I guess. I don't know what knowing is, which is ironic. and I don't know what's next. So
The Goo Goo Dolls were on the soundtrack for City of Angels, if that sways you in any way.
I don't want a Roma drama.
Aroma drama?
Roma drama.
The Family Man has Don Cheadle.
Roma.
I do like John Cheadle.
If that makes it any even easier, Don Cheadle's in The Family Man.
I think
and
that's-
Tay Leone.
I think that's the other
do like
Christmas
Taya
movie.
Leone.
That's you got two of the Nicolas Cage Christmas movies on
Well,
this
I
list.
didn't pick it.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm just saying that's what they are.
I
'Cause
think
they're-
I remembered Dream Scenario, so I'll go with that one.
Well, it came out about 8 months ago.
we've also never
Dream
seen
Scenario?
it.
Yes.
So I've
Either
never
one of
seen
us.
it.
No, I haven't
Correct.
seen it. It's a good one though, and I think that choice is
How do
great.
you know it's good?
Ken told him it was good.
It's
Okay,
Nicolas
well,
Cage.
Ken said I should do it too.
Ken-
so Dream
Ken and I-
Scenario.
Ken and I argued on this podcast about a movie we were 1/4 of a star separate on.
Shocking.
He's like, "Yeah, you didn't like it that much. You didn't like it as much as me." And I said, "I gave it 3.5." He's like, "Well, I give it a 4, no, like a 3.75." And I'm like, "What are we doing here?"
It's better than talking about Nic Cage.
It is a good movie though. And then Pete has the last pick, where we find out which Ghost Rider he will select.
What did you take for drama? Wild at Heart. No. Yes, Kitty, your drama.
Did I?
Pig. Pig. Pig.
You didn't write down your action adventure Drive Angry.
I took a Drive Angry?
Yes.
That was a good choice by me.
Pete, I'm going to say this with full sincerity. I think you clearly have the worst draft.
I don't know. I haven't looked yet. Let's see here. No, what are you talking about? Let me see
just
here.
look at the things. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, great. But Drive Angry or The Rock,
I don't have The Rock.
Sorcerer's
Oh, God, I see.
Apprentice, or Peggy Sue Got Married.
I'm sorry. Have you seen Sorcerer's Apprentice?
No, I'm very proud of that fact.
Have you seen Drive Angry?
We're going to end up doing a Sorcerer's Apprentice watch along at some point, aren't we?
Well, his superhero choice is going to suck.
No, my question.
That's
with
the other thing. That's another one. But also, I like Color Out of Space as much as anyone. But come on, Mandy?
Well, you took Mandy first.
I don't even know that you've seen Port of Call New Orleans.
I have. It was, well, no, I haven't actually. That's not one of the ones I've seen.
I know what we're going to watch tonight.
Is it Port of Call New Orleans?
Yes.
So our 3 movies for drama are a movie I'm pretty sure I saw when I was young, a movie Kitty saw half of, and a movie that you just admitted you haven't seen. We are not drama people. We are not TNT. We don't know drama.
All right, to round off, before we get into the analysis of the draft, when you made the superhero category, did you leave the Flash off on purpose? Because that's the obvious superhero movie. I would like him as Superman.
You can take The Flash if you want. I left it off because it's not really a Nic Cage movie. He's in it for 30 seconds.
That was the only good 30 seconds of that movie.
But I'm fine with you taking it because, again, this is nonsense and who could
I'm
possibly
taking
care?
Flash.
All right. That's not a good movie.
No, it's not.
It was way too long, and there were like 30 storylines.
But did you see him fighting? He had that long hair. He was like a long hair Superman.
Yes.
He was fighting the spider
we watched
things.
it together.
Counterpoint. He rides a motorcycle in a leather jacket with his head on fire.
Oh, God damn it.
And there's a colon.
I heard that Patton Oswalt said that his abs looked good in Ghost Rider
that's
for
right.
being CGI'd in. All right, yeah, you know what? I'm changing it. You're right. You convinced me, Brian.
It's good that this was your last pick because I would have made the rule that you can only do one change in the draft.
Ghost Rider 2. Ghost Rider 2. I'm going with Ghost
I
Rider.
wouldn't change a thing because I don't care that much.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, so let's read them off here. My selections were Peggy Sue Got Married, Mandy, Raising Arizona, Kick-Ass, Wild at Heart, The Rock, and something called Astro Boy. And Kitty's selections
Oh,
were...
you also, did you do Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
All right then.
What do you do when you're over there?
I don't know. I thought you were going to read them in this order, but you're reading them in your own order.
Kitty's selections were Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, G-Force, Willy's Wonderland, Season of the
Which?
Witch, Renfield, Pig, Dream Scenario. Kitty, I think you and I have excellent drafts.
Thank you.
Pete's selections: The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Crude's a New Age, Color Out of Space, Bad Lieutenant,
I'm going
Port
to
of...
change that to Long Legs.
No changing. No, that doesn't count.
Pete's selections were The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Crude's a New Age, Long Legs, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Pete's selections were The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Crude's a New Age, Color Out of Space,
All right, I like it. That's good.
Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Drive Angry, and Ghost Rider,
2.
The Spirits of Vengeance.
Dun, dun, this is really good. Oh, man. Does anybody want to trade anything? Because
No.
I really like your draft, Kitty. Do you want to trade? Just trade the whole draft. You get all of those things I just said. That's good.
You didn't. No,
That's good.
I'm not trading with you.
You got a good draft.
Kitty and I had great drafts. I think you bungled this from the get-go.
They're all
What was
good.
his first pick?
Well, obviously it's
A
Sorcerer's.
Sorcerer's
Look at the
Apprentice
board,
and Crudes.
Kitty.
Crudes 2.
That's about where it went off the rails. I think the 1-2 combination of the Sorcerer's Apprentice and the Crude's a New Age to lead off your draft was probably the beginning of the end.
No, I far and away have the strongest of the children. No, Astro Boy and G-Force are pretty good. Ooh, that's tough. But Crudes 2 is the better of the Crudes movies.
I guess so.
Okay.
So I'm feeling solid about that. I get why you took The Rock. It wasn't Dwayne Johnson, so that was a vote against it, in my opinion. And I wasn't feeling the classic Cage. I like the new stuff. I like to see how he's doing these days.
Did you just take the last 7 movies you watched?
It was really close. I realized I was doing that, and that's why I did not pick National Treasure, because that was the last Nicolas Cage movie I watched.
We didn't select Face Off or Con Air. I think that's a bit of an upset. Those
Really?
are classics. Face Off is a classic.
Over Drive Angry?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, so you can't say anything.
I've seen you, so I can say it.
Yeah. Well, nobody took The Wicker Man.
But The Wicker Man's terrible.
I know, but it's like terribly awesome.
Not the bees.
The
Not the bees.
I'm not surprised nobody took Moonstruck. because
Yeah.
we're just not those kinds of people.
Well, clearly, have you seen our drama selection?
But Moonstruck is great.
It is. Well, part of it is great.
And Longlegs wasn't taken. That's a shocker.
He took.
No, he went back to Color
He
Out of
changed
Space.
it. Okay.
See, I like Long Legs, and oh my God, going back to your opening for this, I think that should be the opening episode song all the times. But
You know what? It will be next year for the 62nd birthday.
it did take away.
If he makes it.
He's immune. The only thing, imagine how he would be acting when he's pure CGI, when he achieves artificial intelligent form, and he's not confined to a body anymore. Oh, his acting's going to go off the rails.
Well, hopefully no T-Rex skulls fall on him.
Hey,
I told you.
I know. I think it was on purpose.
I told you.
It might have been me.
I was going to open this by singing Happy Birthday as Marilyn Monroe, as my mother once did to me.
Oh, no. In one sentence, you've explained so much, and yet I have so many questions.
We were playing a game.
And she had to, was Marilyn Monroe, so she sang me the song. And I got the point, but then I cried.
If I was playing that game, I would have just stared blankly at you until somebody said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Marilyn Monroe's dead."
She also had Madonna.
I was also on her team for this. Ready, Brian? I'm going to do what my mother's clue was. Who am I? Who am I? And
Pointy.
Pointy. And she was
He's miming
making
big boob cones.
big boob cones. Who am I? Who am I? Pointy.
Do you remember when
She was doing it to her own boob cones.
Do you remember when we were playing one of those games and your clue was to get me to guess Ronald Reagan, and you just looked at me and said, "I got shot." And I said Ronald Reagan. And then Kitty was like, "How is that possible you got that?" I'm like, "It's dead on Reagan, man."
I do remember that. That was probably one of my finest gaming moments.
Lots of presidents got shot.
That's why it's funny. Because the obvious guess is Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think
Or
about him.
Kennedy is like a close two.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
But I guess Reagan, who's the thing he's known for is not being shot because he did not die. But I was like dead on sure he was doing Reagan. Something in his eyes told me Reagan. Like he was liquidating the middle class with his eyes. And I was like, it's Reagan.
It was he was speaking to his audience.
Yeah. It's one of those things where Pete and I used to play games like every day, Trivial Pursuit and stuff like that. So you just know how his brain works. And it was clear.
I still don't.
The best impression I've ever seen.
Joke's on both of you. I don't think it does work. The horror is a solid category from all of us across the board. Those are all great movies. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at this board.
I've seen 2 of them.
Have you noticed that you haven't finished the board?
No. What's missing?
What do you mean? Oh, yes.
He just knows I have OCD and it's been driving me insane over here.
Fix it.
What fix what?
Under the shit column, number 7 is missing.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I feel really judged to have shit at the top of my list of movies.
I don't know why. It's a very prescient title for your group. A Source Apprentice number 1, huh?
Yeah.
Kitty picked an Oscar winner. I picked the movie I wrote. You picked the one where him and Jay Baruchel, I think, do wizard spells.
Jay Baruchel is Mickey Mouse, and Dr. Octopus is the bad wizard.
Why is he Dr. Octopus and not Sapito?
Who is Sapito?
From Indiana Jones.
Holy shit, I never knew that guy had a name.
Yeah.
Sapito? Who gets shot by the working traps? And
Adios, Sapito.
Oh, I just assumed that was Spanish.
Spanish for Dr. Octopus.
I took 4 years of Spanish in high school.
That's true.
One time, I got a 7. And that was when I realized I was never going to pass high school with a Regents degree, which required a language. So my senior year, I just stopped. I'm like, I'm failed. I can't pass this Regents test, so there's no point in me trying. So I failed every semester about, I don't know, 1 semester in. And then I passed the Regents with like a 67.
Wow.
So I could have had my fancy degree, but my fancy high school degree. Do you know where your diploma is?
Of course I don't know where my diploma is.
Isn't that weird that they give you that? And they're like, here.
It's back in the 90s where I fucking got it.
What a weird concept. This is a pretty board, Brian.
Are you going to keep that?
Oh,
Are you ever going to finish it?
Oh, yeah. What do you want me to write?
Well, you didn't rate your 7th round selection.
Color out of space. Does color have a U, as in the British?
I think it does in the original text, but that's not what you took there.
Yeah, I did. I went back. It's color out of space, right? No.
It's Ghost Rider, Spirits of Vengeance.
Is he changing it?
No, he's finally finishing the board. He's going to hang this above your bed.
Maybe it'll take the place of the picture of Fred that she put up. She put that up right over. So when he wakes up, it's the first thing he sees. So it's.
I have questions. I have more questions about your family.
We have not had any
do you want to
relations in a long time.
Do you want to bring Fred in here so you can sing "Happy Birthday" to her as Marilyn Monroe?
Let's not do that.
It's a family tradition, Kitty. That's what you do to welcome somebody into adulthood. You sing "Happy Birthday" to them as Marilyn Monroe.
She's not in adulthood yet.
No, it's a very easy impression, a very famous moment. How far did you let her get into the song before you guessed it?
Let me think.
Because I don't think if you get any farther than "Happy Birthday" and you're going to know what she's doing.
She got to Mr. President. She said Mr. President.
Look.
And she started singing it "Happy Birthday" again. And then Pete started going blind.
There was a lot of dry heaving, and it was hard to choke words out in between the retching and the content of my stomach desperate to get out.
Didn't Becca have to do vibrator again once?
My sister-in-law, in a charades type game, had vibrate, and she just sat on the couch shaking. And this was playing with my mother. I looked at her in the eye, I'm like, you know what you have to do. And then her face went so red, and she kind of like spread her legs in front of the whole family, and just closed her eyes, like slid down the couch, and just started making the motion. Hey, they didn't get the point either. The time ran out. It was pretty embarrassing.
We were dry heaving again.
Maybe you guys shouldn't play these games as a family.
We stopped. What are you drawing there?
Ghost Rider.
Well, you guys are missing something interesting.
You're not.
If you're watching.
He's drawing as best he can Ghost Rider,
Oh,
who appears to have a cape for some reason.
Oh, these are flames. Fire.
Oh.
And he's got that chain, remember? It's lassoing Kitty's dream scenario, and it's going to bring it over to my side.
Oh, Pete, you can have all my movies if you want them.
Really?
Yeah, you can have 2 drafts.
Really?
Sure.
Is that allowed?
You can have 3, I think.
Yeah, take it.
No way.
It's yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy Nicolas Cage's birthday to us all. I mean, we always receive gifts from Nicolas Cage just every time we see him or hear facts about him or learn new knowledge about him. But this is truly...
He releases 4 movies a year.
This on a slow year. This is truly a Nicolas Cage birthday miracle. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Do you want these movies nobody picked, too?
This is just getting excessive now, guys. Like, this is just nuts.
You can have them all, but we can never talk about them again.
I think you're going to have to leave some behind then.
Ooh, this is one of them.
Except Mandy, because we have to do a watch along with our foreign correspondent, because there's a dick in that movie.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah. Batman's dad.
Alfred?
That's not Batman's dad, unless Martha was lying about something.
How do we know?
We don't know.
He did.
Oh, because he didn't come up British.
That's actually because Alfred raised him. That's kind of
surprising. Then why doesn't he have an accent?
Yeah, exactly.
But he does.
Does he?
Yeah, John Connor.
Do you remember?
I can't remember his
when
name.
he played John Connor and he just went off on the set at the guy that walked at his eye line.
I do remember that.
Oh, good for you. How was it? He goes on for like 6 solid minutes,
and I've
screaming at a guy.
Who?
Christian Bale.
Oh,
it's one of the funniest.
I've heard, justifications for his behavior about.
I've heard that too.
But I've also heard him go off for 6 minutes, which seems excessive.
Do you remember by the end of it, he was also like trying to give him compliments in the middle of his raging?
Yeah, but it sounded awful though.
You're a nice guy, but what the fuck? And I'm like, wow, it's nice of him to throw that in there as he's just destroying this poor man in front of everybody.
That's some self-justification for his behavior. He says, I was But I was throwing in compliments, even though I was upset.
You're just walking through, la 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 la. Do I walk around knocking your lights down? Then why the fuck are you walking in my eye line? It's like I haven't listened to that in 15 years. I'll never forget it.
It is I assumed you were watching it and you had it right in your brain
No,
because of that.
I haven't thought about that since like the week it happened, and it's just seared in my brain forever because I've never heard a grown man yell that like that.
That's a legacy. Take that, Batman. This is what you're known for.
Why am I hard right now?
What? Did I? Oh shit! I lost it. I had something that I was supposed to say to you.
Uh-oh. Does it start with a happy birthday?
Pete was talking about my boobs this morning, and Fred from the other room goes, "I can hear you, Dad." Stop.
Are you sure it wasn't the picture talking?
Oh.
Why
No.
are you looking under the table for a child?
Because it's gonna bug me. I had something I wanted to say. Did I watch something? Probably not. Did I see something? No.
Did you say something?
No.
No, that goes along with not seeing anything.
You know? But I will let you know that there's a new Suck Free Comics coming, Brian.
Oh no.
For no reason that I can understand, Fred had drawn a bunch of pineapples, and then she drew an orange in there, and the pineapple was like, "You're not one of us." And I was like,
back.
and she knows what the apple is. She's got a comic around here where
Well,
it's,
nobody listening to this knows.
No.
When we were in high school, Pete drew a comic book about an apple. It's the adventures of an apple. Not a sentient apple, just an apple as it rolls its way through life.
It barely rolls.
He has an arch nemesis that is an orange,
the orange has superpowers and henchmen and all sorts of stuff.
and the orange is back.
The orange is back.
Yeah. The orange is back and there's pineapples, but there's no apple.
So
I assume apple died
there
or got
are-
eaten.
It's a new addition to the loom.
The two funniest things about that comic are the two panels where he drew two panels in a row and didn't catch it.
Look, apples sit there. It doesn't do anything. It's an apple. That's its whole point.
To show time passing, day, night, night, day. And the second issue where he drew the Wolverine cover with the Hulk reflection, except that it's an apple reflection, and then you open it up and there's a Wolverine in there that is drawn by what looks to be
A child.
a child who's never seen Wolverine before. But you go from this really good looking thing to a disaster in one flip. It's amazing.
Well, you see, I pretended to have mono for a week, and before we could get tested, so I stayed home and just drew that cover for a week straight. I had to stay in my room and pretend to have mono, so I just sat there drawing that cover for a solid 7 days. And then it turned out I didn't have mono because science doesn't lie, and I got in trouble.
But then you got mono.
But then I did get mono later on.
But he couldn't miss any more days of school.
I had mono,
Mononucleosis, maybe.
maybe.
I never had mono.
You're missing out. You know why? Because it's the kissing disease. But anyway, yeah. So the new comic is coming with new characters. Ooh, I know. I'm excited.
The apple's rotted by now.
No, remember I fixed that
Oh, you
because
gave him an adamantium core. Oh my god, I do remember.
and Wolverine's mutant healing factor.
That's right, because Wolverine stabbed him.
Yes, and the juices from the apple somehow bonded with the adamantium.
Why do I remember that from 29 years ago?
And then he went on adventures.
The thing is, we still have it.
It's a new year. My resolution is to do that more often.
I am
No.
so excited about this resolution, Brian. Yes, Kitty. Tell us a
I've
different
got
thing.
nothing.
Not
I'm done. Oh, we still have that comic book.
the apple. I know. I have multiple copies. They're for sale. Suck Free Comics. There was also Superman's brother, whose name does not hold up well in these modern times.
Why?
What was his name?
The Ace of Hearts?
Yeah, but he wasn't Jor-El. He had a
Oh,
What was it?
oh, never mind.
Yeah,
This was a long time ago
This is the
in a
night-
galaxy far, far away. Words didn't mean have the same.
no.
No, I didn't even realize
Write
that.
it down for me because I can't remember.
Well, we all know that Superman's that. Oh boy, we got to edit all this
His
out.
name may
No,
have
we
been.
don't.
His name may have been a common slang term for homosexual.
Or a British cigarette.
Yeah,
But
it's a British
I-
cigarette ending in L.
When you were 16 in high school, that wasn't a word that was used like that. It was just
The 90s was a weird
it was.
time
It
It was
wasn't-
weird.
of shock humor, too. Like, you had to be
I blame-
offensive.
I
Like,
blame
that
Kevin
was the
Smith.
thing.
I blame Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
That is true. That was very prevalent with it. But yeah, it was an unfortunate time for comedy, I feel. Just everything had to be edgy, and you say like the worst thing you can think of just to elicit like the ooh, and then you laugh because of how awkward it was.
Do you know what?
And it fails now.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know what the funniest thing about that being his name is, though?
What's that?
Why? He's not gay. He
Nope.
has no. There's no joke on that played anywhere in the character or in the story
any point.
At any point. That is just his name. So I'm going to stand by it in a weird way because I wasn't doing it in any kind of a mean spirited way. It was just the language is different there.
Right. I never read it that way, but just seeing it when I thought of it when Fred started doing the comics.
Never comes up at
No.
any point.
No, because he's always called the Ace of Hearts.
Jim
He was
Chis- Jim
Superman's
Chisler.
brother. Jim Chisler, that was his name. Kitty is so excited right now. Look at her. I can tell. She loves talking about comics that 14-year-olds drew.
Yeah.
Our daughter's getting an earlier start. She's only 11. Aren't you? She's going to be way better than me. She's going to have all that talent and practice.
She already is. You left yourself open to that.
Anyway, look at my draft. Someone take my picture.
No.
Take my picture. Slap my picture.
Yeah. Well, how did we ever get those kinds of words?
I am the fire starter. The twisted fire starter.
Why did I name him that? It's not even a part of my vernacular at the time.
I don't know.
It makes sense.
Right, it wasn't at all. It was so. You're right. It's the Kevin Smith. It's just that was what was considered funny for some reason. You didn't think about it. It's just there's humor, and it's
I'm just blown away by the fact I had no joke to go along with it. It was just presented as fact, and it was moved on from.
You named him that.
I did.
and then forgot
Terrible
about it.
person.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, actually, I
Not
believe
for that reason, though.
Yeah.
I believe his parents named him that.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. You blame Jor-El, and I don't know if they ever named the mother.
The mother. His wife. It was his wife.
His opposite, the Ace of Hearts, was the bull, which was a Russian bull from
Yes.
another planet, the
Yes.
planet of shit, until the
Yes.
flies came, and he also had to be launched away from his planet.
Yes.
Yes, and he was a Russian bull, but he stood up and...
But he was from another planet.
Yes.
Yes.
Not Russia.
Yes. Well, why, you watch Superman. Why is Terrence Mann British?
Because he came from the planet of Britain.
Yeah. Krypton had a British colony, I guess.
Yep.
A British Isle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was a Kryptonian.
Yeah.
I never thought about that before.
Why is everyone in Westeros speak like they're British?
Most fantasy people speak British.
Yeah.
Elves. All of
Elves.
them are British.
They're all British.
Now, I don't want to spoil anything for the award show next week, but I may have spent several hours in the last couple weeks going through every celebrity that died in 2024 to present an in memoriam. And going through, you see repetitive things like, well, this was a columnist, this was a journalist, this was an actor. I got one, it was a 90-year-old man who died, or 70, someone was 75 and 90, I can't remember which one it was. And his listed profession was Tolkien expert. I'm like, he made Wikipedia as a guy who just read those books and told you what was in them.
Well, maybe he was a consultant. Oh no, he wouldn't have been. There's a new Tolkien movie coming out or series. I can't
What?
remember. And I think it's animated.
All right.
So maybe he was like a consultant on that.
Maybe, but like I didn't click it because I don't want to know
Maybe.
anything
Yeah.
more about this.
This
But-
is all you got to do. This is how you get your information, Brian. You headline. Just read a headline. You're like, I get it. You can kind of fill in the rest.
Email scare value
Also, I was
and
reading
tell us
through
what he was important for.
thousands of deaths. Thousands.
Nobody dies anymore. How could there be thousands?
A lot of people died in 2024. Many of them related to horror.
So is this going to be the next episode? I'm going to have to go to a two-parter where we actually talk about the awards? 'Cause
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no.
Just
They're-
read the death tolls like a World War II newspaper.
There may or may not be an audio presentation for an in memoriam during the ceremony, which we didn't do last year.
We got some production value now.
No, but I did clip out some quotes
Coupons?
for like they do at the Oscars when you get a really big name and then you get a quote from them.
Coupons.
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 The movie?
Coupons.
I saw the shit out of
I
it.
saw the shit out of it.
Coupon. What do you say, Brian?
Coupon.
What?
because we saw the shit out of it.
Coupons.
No, there's not a Q in it.
I used to say there's not even a QUE.
Hi, Sam.
There's not even a QUEUE where we have to wait a long time for it.
Well, then how do you explain cues?
I don't. They're
Yeah,
little.
but the word you say is cues. You don't say
Well, there's an O between the O and the
Zoos.
U in coupon where there isn't in Q's.
coupon.
If Q's was spelled COUES, I'd understand your point, but the O changes the sound of the C.
Wait. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Kitty,
Is it picture or
I was
picture?
going to ask you, when you use your phone to take a snapshot of someone, what do you take?
Oh, she does
Picture.
this wrong. It's a picture.
Yes.
Picture.
No, that's a baseball player.
Yes. Or a vessel to hold liquid.
Or a photo.
How do you say bagel?
Bagel.
Okay.
Bogel.
How do you say creek?
Well, I say crick because I'm from the South Downs.
My dad says crick.
I say creek, but I do enjoy when people say crick. It's one of my favorite words.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about tote a pail instead of carry a bucket?
Another failure.
It's not a joke. It's just a thing.
You got to let us know when they're supposed to be funny.
There's nothing funny
Hold
to that
on, hold
one.
on. This will be funny. And then go.
All right. This will be funny. What do you get when you cross a river with a log? A bridge.
Sam, do you want to do some of your stand-up over here?
What do you got? Give me a joke, Sam. What do you get when you cross a river with a bridge? I said that joke wrong. I guess you get a night's walk and your shoes stay dry when you cross a river with a bridge.
Okay, we established last podcast. After the podcast was over, we established that you were terrible at retelling jokes. Sam showed up, said a joke, very funny, and then Pete immediately retold it and made it so unfunny. Like he doesn't understand how it works.
Yeah, but I can't remember your last joke that you told me.
I don't remember.
Oh.
The microphone's off, Sam. We're not recording anymore.
Oh, you aren't?
No. So if you can remember the joke.
But
All right. I thought that would put him at his ease.
No, he wanted the microphone to be on.
All right, it's back on. Come on out. Hello, Alice. Would you like to tell us a joke?
Sam, did you know it's Nic Cage's 61st birthday?
he's old. Who's that? I don't know. He might be Dad's cousin.
It's another sibling.
I mean,
I wish.
who knows how we'll time travel in the future? He might be Dad's cousin.
That would be,
Then you'd be related to Leah Shire
and he'd either be my brother or my cousin, Jason Schwartzman.
Might
Jason
be
Schwartzman.
even your dad.
Nicolas Cage would be my dad.
He could.
What if-
Technically.
I mean, he could be.
What if I was Nicolas Cage's dad?
Maybe your
You
mom
guys have similar hairlines.
started singing to her one day, started singing to him one day, and
That's the real problem about time travel is you can't go back and sleep with your mom. That is
that's wait, rethink what you said here.
Hey, what? What did I just hear?
These kids are popping out of the woodwork.
What? What?
What the heck?
What?
think about it. Think of all those movies.
No,
I don't
you
wanna
think about
it.
Bro, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
There's a kid here.
What? Do you have the clip of Sam?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Of what?
I've seen movies.
It
That's
would've
all
been
I'm
perfect.
saying.
What? But still, what? What? Why would you?
I
don't know why you would say that.
No,
why?
I don't
Are
either.
you kidding me right now?
There it is.
Yeah.
Look, I saw Back to the Future. I know what happens. It's
I
just
don't think you
thing.
watched it correctly. Pete watches Back to the Future, and he's like, "Oh, it seems like such a fun adventure. The only problem is that he can't fuck his mom, and she wants it too. She's down."
Ew. I don't want to hear this.
But it was Caroline in the City.
I hope that.
It was a young Leah Thompson pre
Dad,
Howard
you're
the
not my
Duck.
real father.
I really hope that your mom doesn't listen.
She'll
to
have
this
sex
one.
with anything. She'll have sex with a duck.
It's true. I like it. I like her standards. I feel like I have a real chance.
No, you don't.
All right. Anything you want to say for Nicolas Cage's 61st birthday, Pete?
Happy birthday. Hey, Sam, look at my Ghost Rider. Pretty cool,
That
right?
looks like you, to be honest.
Cool. And
What's that?
thank
How's
you.
that? That's
It's
That's
Ghost
bad.
Rider. These
Why?
children are a peanut gallery that nobody asked for. It's Ghost Rider.
Dad, that's because because you taught us this. So you made.
Where did
us
you
know.
learn this? You didn't learn this from me. Wait, no.
He's bad at retelling commercials from the 80s, too.
Anyway, I love my draft, and thank you both for such a wonderful Nicolas Cage birthday gift. I got
Just so you know.
Look, guys,
Nicolas Cage-
kids, I have all these movies now.
Cool, they don't look.
And you're going to watch them all in a row.
We're gonna watch them in order.
No, I'm gonna throw you out that window.
I'm surprised he didn't want to sing Marilyn Monroe style "Happy Birthday, Mr. Cage." But
I was going to until Brian had that opening, which was Nicholas. I can't stop I can't top long legs being Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday" to himself.
It's still
There's no point.
Yeah,
yeah, they're still
We're
recording. We're
they were.
no, we are.
What?
Who?
Are you going back to the future or back to time? There's an owl.
Do you want to say something, Fred?
Nicolas Cage,
Because you asked if we're still recording.
I didn't know to be older than my dad magically.
It'd be fun to edit.
Nobody can. Be
Yeah, this is
older
gonna be
than-
great. You could just cut off this end though.
Have you seen Back to the Future, Fred?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh, it's a good one, right?
I don't know if I watched. Are you dying?
Yes.
I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know what one I watched, but I
Were
watched
there
one.
cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay. That was 2.
That's
That was
3.
3.
3.
Wait. Is it? Seriously?
And in part 3, I think the problem was his great-great-grandmother.
No. No one was related to him in that movie except...
Just so you know, my dad was.
well, yeah, she didn't want to have sex with
Are
him.
you
My
sure
cat
about
was
that?
on the ceiling.
When was the
I
last
don't
time
know.
you watched that movie? I remember that was another plot problem. Like
No one puts daddy in the ceiling.
My issue
Oh, I can.
with that series started with 2 when Doc Brown pulls out a blackboard to explain why everything that just happened is theoretically impossible, and they just gloss it over like
What is Alice doing?
that didn't just happen. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. All right, should we bring this?
What is Alice doing?
Nick Cage party?
Should we bring this Cage party to a close on air and continue it in IRL?
My cat Stubbington was in the ceiling.
want me-
Don't tie.
What?
Tie the end of it.
To what?
Nothing.
Me.
TRL. Remember that on the MTV? Remember when everything was an acronym? Weren't those good times?
End the podcast.
You wrote COS for Color Out of Space over
When are
there.
you gonna end the podcast?
When somebody says something worth ending it on. Sam, give us one of your jokes.
Yeah, we need a joke. Think of a good one. You're full of them.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bullets only do their job when they're fired.
That was pretty solid.
Oh, wow.
Pretty
That was
tight.
depressing. Nobody laughed.
Who else? What do you got, Fred?
I have nothing.
Because Sam laid that one on us last time.
Wait, Dad.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Who?
Oh, you don't have to cry about it.
You got it. Can I make a writing suggestion? Add "you bitch" at the end.
If you guys ground me, it's his fault.
It'd be really
No,
funny.
that's a really good bit to end it. If you guys ground me, it's his fault.
Yeah, it'd be really funny next time to end it with, you don't have to cry about it, you bitch.
I will.
Tell that one at school. And
No!
and the one about shooting, too. They'll love it.
No.
Well,
The school is gonna just be like, okay, I'm gonna call your parents
I can
now.
say it to my hand in my bedroom.
Talk to the hand, because the face ain't listening.
Pete can say it to Fred's picture in his bedroom.
Hey, she put it in my bed.
Yeah, that's what happened in Back to the Future, too. All right. We're going to go Scareville Awards next week.
Bye.
And if Ken's ever found, we'll have the Foreign Correspondence Awards after that.
Better not be a dinosaur skull accident again, Kitty.
Dinosaur? What?
Dinosaur.
What is
He
dinosaur?
I don't know.
Hey,
Wait,
what do you
dinosaur
what do you call an ancient creature that has herpes?
You.
Or no?
Oh, no. Prehistoric burn.
What was it? You didn't
It was a dinosaur.